facts you have to. All right. So, general exceptions. We'll start these two sections: mistake of fact, mistake of law. In section 76, we see that, for example, a soldier following an order which is given to him. So, this section mentions if a person mistakenly believes they are legally bound to do something, even if it's illegal, they are not criminally liable. And then section 79 says that if a person mistakenly believes a circumstance exists that negates the offense itself, they are not criminally liable. So these both have some example. The section 79 has an example like someone mistakenly believing a person is a robber and then attacking them in self-defense, then he can be accepted as it's an exception of whatever he has committed. We will move to the second topic, which is accident. Section 80 of IPC, which deals with the accident. So, an accident is an unintended and unforeseen consequence of an otherwise lawful act. So, here there's no criminal intent and the act is done with proper care and caution. An accident that results in harm might not be considered a crime. So many accidents which takes place in highways and roads, so this particular section can be utilized for a private defense. Like we can say that this can be an exception. We will move to the next section, which is necessity. Section 81 deals necessity, like meaning necessity allows a person to commit an act that would otherwise be illegal. For example, some place you are going out and then all of a sudden someone is trying to attack you and harm you during that day there, and if there is no other chance other than attacking him back, then that time we can say that we use necessity, this section. But there is a catch, like the act causing harm must be the only reasonable way to avoid the greater harm, and the harm caused must not be disproportionate to the harm avoided. For example, if a person is trying to attack you or someone and using a knife or an iron rod to harm someone, but instead you are using a gun, then that is not becoming a proportionate. Like you are having a higher advantage. Maybe you can do something else, or you cannot kill him, okay, for that very purpose, because then it is becoming disproportionate. But you, if you are harming that person just because it is necessary, then it can be said as it was necessary. Or in case if it is really very harmful that it will take your life, then if in that situation, then if you are killing in the process, then there can be some consideration, which is completely depending on how the case is and how the circumstances are built. Then comes insanity. In section 84, it talks about insanity. So if a person is insane, he doesn't have a sound mind, and if he commits something, maybe he has injured someone, or maybe he has caused some serious offense, then even in that case, this exception is based on the idea that someone who is not mentally competent cannot be held criminally responsible. Okay. Then comes intoxication. Intoxication basically covers intoxication that causes unsoundness of mind and prevents the person from forming the necessary intent for the crime. So to have an intention to harm someone or to do offense, you need a sound mind. When a sound mind comes, then only we can say that you have committed a crime. Or if his mind is insane, or if he is intoxicated and said to do that, then he can be like considered that can be accepted, given the exception. Then comes infancy. Infancy deals in the section 82 and 83. What 82 says, children under 7 years of age are not criminal liable, even if they are maybe stabbed someone. So it cannot be considered as a crime. Children in 83, children between 7 and 12 can be held liable only if they possess mature understanding. if a person understand, if a child is knowing that okay, this might cause some serious damage, then he can be held liable, but it is completely based on whether he has the capacity to understand that. Finally, we'll see private defense. Private defense is something when we are trying to save ourselves or someone with a danger which can cause life, which the person is trying to take a life of someone or your life. During that time, you can use private defense, but it should be proportionate to the threat you are facing. It should not go beyond that. If a man is coming without any weapon, he's coming bare hands, if he's trying to hold your throat or doing something, and if you are using some greater force, like few people are coming together and you're trying to kill him, if he was overpowered, then during that time private defense cannot be worked. But in a certain situation, the proportion should be equal. Okay, so these are some general exception that we have looked now. Okay.